Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark-Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Trey, we're going to talk about a very famous Bible verse today in today's message. It's Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. And I think for me, a lot of it, I enjoy the clarification as well about 4:13 I want to bring up. A lot of people sort of look at 4:13 and having the strength as it's sort of a message to yourself that you can do whatever you set your mind to. And that's not really what it is. I mean, even Paul, who wrote the verse, who elaborates in 4:12, what the meaning of the message was to focus the sinner on Christ himself. And that's where we get our strength from. Not that it can't help us make the shot or, pass the test or do all these things that we set our mind to, which I think sometimes we get a little bit lost on that context. I do remember a friend of mine as well. It's one of my favorite stories about Philippians 4:13 is he had a tattoo. We were comparing the tattoos we had on our arm. I had all my shark tattoos and he had a tattoo that had Philippians 4:13. And I noticed something that looked a little bit off, and they had spelled Philippians wrong and had two L's and one P, I think was how it was set up instead of one L and two P's. So interesting story, but that's I can do all things. What do you think?
Do you still get the power if you misspell the verse?
I don't know.
So
he's got to go read Leviticus. So watch previous episode where we talk about the tattoos.
Right. In the future, we should do some episodes on the most misquoted or out of context verses that are in the Bible. But this is probably the most famous one because, I am barely 6 feet tall. And if I decide I'm going to go play center for the Atlanta Hawks, although they actually might use me, they're bad enough. But regardless, I don't think it's going to happen. Even with all of Christ's power within me, I don't think I'm going to be able to play in the NBA. But like you said, if you look at the context of this, Paul is talking about all of the challenges, the trials, the horrific beatings and imprisonments that he's going through. And so the idea is that Jesus led him purposely into those and through those. And so he's saying, I have made it and can make it through all this stuff because of Jesus in me. So that's really what we need to focus on is that, sometimes if we're actually following Jesus, he's going to break our heart because he's going to lead us through the valley of the shadow of death, as Psalm 23 says. And even though we're in that valley, that may in fact be right where we're supposed to be. And this verse that Paul gives us, it's, I'm in the struggle right now, but I know I'm going to make it through because I've got Jesus by my side. I've got Jesus in me. And this is just true of any adversity, whether you're a believer or not. One of the benefits of going through a struggle is to help you realize that you can make it through a struggle. So this verse is that truth we can keep reminding ourselves in the midst of that struggle.
Yeah, and again, Paul wasn't telling us this because he had some sort of superpower. This wasn't like a self-help guru telling us this message was going to, if we just dig deeper, we're going to find it. No, the message was really the opposite. It was the strength comes from what Jesus gives to us and what we give back to him. So we'll see on the other side.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.